thought I was live. I thought I was. Thought it was over a whole minute and 30 seconds. But anyway, I am back. I am back and I am blessed to be here. F1 is a wrap for now. That is a 10-year contract. We already had that shit, I think it was last year, and we had it this year. It was, it's always going to be garbage, but hey, Jay Z and Beyonce were here. And I'm not a Beyonce fan from the stretch, but these last couple of days that she was here, yeah, yeah. hmm Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is, and I want to say this in the most softest voice possible, because I don't feel like screaming. Uh, I want to give criticism where criticism is due, but I also want to give accountability where the person truly needs it, right? And the person that truly needs accountability is the one woman that gets on my damn nerves the most. That's right, Mrs. Trinidadian Miss Nicki Minaj. Dirty Nicki. Dirty Nicki is what I call her. This woman, after the Trump administration had dealt a blow to their own members, after, yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned. Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned, as everybody knows. And the only reason why everybody knows that Marjorie Taylor Greene resigns because of what Trump did to her. It's not just that. It's because it's one or two things. It was the one of the two. But the number one was to put Marjorie Greene at the top, and pretty soon she was possibly going to be president of the United States. And Trump did not want that. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. He does not want a woman in charge. He does not want a woman in charge. And he thought, like, she wasn't doing good at the polls anyway. She wasn't doing like what, 12% or being a U.S. senator or something like that. But with your endorsements, Mr. Trump, you could have made some profitable damage. But you told her to sit her ass down. She refused. She started talking out the side of, she started talking and talking, all giving them all that lip. Finally, he said enough was enough. Off with your head. And you know how the story goes. Then she was getting death threats from the Trump administration, from not the Trump administration, but Trump's cronies, the MAGA force. The maggot force was giving Mrs. Marjorie Taylor Greene death threats, and with that, she resigned. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you feel sorry for Mrs. Marjorie Taylor Greene? Real quick, you have a soft spot in your heart for Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene after she signed on to the big beautiful bill, after she was, oh my goodness, was right in front of him, right in front of him, trying to ride him like a rodeo show. Like, damn. Nah, yeah, nah. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it's your feelings. feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's your feelings. I'm not gonna tell you not how to feel. I'm not gonna tell you how to feel. Hey, now we got that out the way. Nikki, Nikki. Speaking of Trump, I don't know if it was him or whoever got her to go to the UN and talk her nonsense. Do you think? I don't know who told this girl just to sit or just to stand there, and she looked pretty. I don't know what told her to get up on the mic and just start shooting her nonsense. I don't know why. Because number one, this could trigger. It's already triggering to um the people in that area of Africa. Starting with this fucking with Nigeria. Fucking with Nigerians is enough. You want to attack Muslims up there, just like you want to attack. It's no different from them attacking Muslims in Nigeria. You attack Muslims here in the United States of America. So what's the difference? What's the damn difference? You did that in 2020. You're doing that now. It doesn't make a bad difference. The only thing is you're doing it in their country, but I know why you're doing it, because there's a mixture of what I found out, a mixture of Christians, which you are. He is not. He is not a Christian. So I don't even know why he's tripping. Or yet I do know why he's tripping. He's only tripping because he wants more money. He wants more money because there's been a history of riches over there. There's been a history of riches in Africa. It's a history in riches in Africa, period. Let me look at the comment section real quick. Hey Barb, how you been? I'm just glad Formula One is over. I miss my Barb. I miss my Barb. I see them. Look. I see them a lot. Just okay. You should go watch football. I should go watch football. I I should go. I should be watching football and not on here. Hey, I had nothing else better to do. I miss you guys. I miss you. So shut up, be quiet, and just enjoy my presence. Please, please stay on topic, but thanks. No, but I truly miss you guys. So anyway, she flaps her gums. Oh, the Christians are being attacked by who? She, motherfucker. Stop cussing. Mofos just gave you a piece of paper. You went up there looking pretty, but looking ugly at the same time. You look pretty externally, but internally, you look ugly as hell. You just look ugly as hell. Be, I don't know why they. This is the same mistake she made when she came out years ago with that whole Malcolm X thing. Or she it was a poster, it was like a single, a poster of Malcolm Malcolm X, for those who don't know, Malcolm when he was protecting his family and he had an HK looking out the damn window. because he couldn't get any protection from his ministry because he went. They felt that that he went against them, so they wouldn't provide him any protection. So he said, "You know what? I'm gonna do that my damn self because I have 4 babies and one on the way." Mr. Lookout, nigga. Mr. Lookout, nigga. That was your post. You won stupid brawl for you was a stupid brawl for that. And people got on your ass about that. But now you gonna now you gonna trip back and do the same shit again. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But this time with people, and by the way, you're from Trinidad. Why don't you help out your people instead of, ain't your people getting fired on in Trinidad or some shit? Concentrate on them Trinidadians over there. It's like celebrities other than KRS-One, Most Def, Lupe, Ice Cube, sit there and listen to Ice Cube for an hour than having to listen to Nicki Minaj. I just said because she makes such a get her titties, get that puss out of your mind, get it out your mind. Just get it out your mind. Listen to her mouthpiece and how crazy she sounds. She's implementing, she is further instigating a war that is non existent. And I don't know what else happened that day, but I guess some Muslims are there, got, and I guess with the Christians possibly, and they said, "Ain't no wars happening over here." Trump's everybody knows that Trump's a dictator. He don't even know what the fuck he's doing, but he knows how they. But when it comes to anything that involves gold, anything that involves currency, anything that involves money, anything that involves him and his flunkies, him and his elitist partners getting rich, they're going to war over. The celebrities just need to shut up. Other than the few that I who have slight chance, people just need to shut up. Like another person that just needs to shut up, Mr. Skateboard P. Everybody knows Mr. Skateboard P. Pharrell, one of the hottest producers ever to do it, produced Jay-Z's record, produced a lot of people's record. I think he did Lupe's. I'm not sure. But regardless, the man is filthy freaking rich, but gonna say some dumb shit. But I think it was I was listening, and I was listening quite carefully, but I admit to y'all I was tired after 12 times 3, whatever 12 times 3. I admit my math sucks. 12 times 3 plus the other hours that I have accumulated, that was more than enough. That was more than fucking enough. This boy needs to shut up. Shut up. Shut up. It's like, I'm not into politics. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. DUI was a fantasy. Huh? I ain't forgot the. I ain't got what the fuck the hell was. forgive me. Forgive me for, um, like I said, this week has been crazy. I think D the something equity and inclusion, something like that. DE, excuse me. I put D. My bad. My bad, y'all. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So it's DEI. So this man talks about DEI as if it were a fantasy. How is it a fantasy? As I learned it throughout the years, and they were talking about it, and I wasn't getting rid of it. DEI was only meant for those who weren't so prejudiced, basically, towards other ethnicities coming here to the United States and getting work or being competitive. But white folks fear that they are losing this country, that they are losing their mind. They're losing their minds. They're losing it. It's like there used to be 30% whites. Now there's only 7% of us. We're losing this country all because of these foreigners. They're coming into the country and they're stealing and they're stealing and stealing stuff over here. Get the out of my country. We don't want you here. Maggots protesting over them losing the country. Dearborn, Michigan. Give me a break. You know how many times I've been over there in the capital? I was born and raised in Lansing, Michigan. You know how many times over there these skinhead some guns went over there in capital started, oh, this country is lost. Oh, this country is lost due to the black man and the brown man and the red man and the yellow man. Hidey, 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 ha. You ever heard of that song? Hidey, 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 ha. It's an old song. Don't even worry about it. Do yodeling. Who am I talking about? Some bum. Some bum. I forgot I forgot who he was, but some bum. Some of these people were protesting in Michigan, and this dumbass had the nerve to put on a bulletproof vest. Let me see. I can't even find it. I'm sorry, because I was watching Power. I was just sitting. I was just sitting at work, chilling, watching Power. I was watching Power the entire time. But anyway, this nut, I forgot. Edward. Some dude named Edward. Some dude named Edward. And so I'll think of his last name in a little bit. It's slipping out of me. But anyway, so he goes off, and everybody else goes off. We're losing the country. Blah 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 blah. And then a fight breaks out. I'm like, dude, ain't you from Florida? What is a Florida native? Because he did this in Texas. Remember the whole um, Anthony, Carmelo Anthony thing, where Carmelo Anthony was defending himself against the two white boys. You remember? This same cat that was protesting in Texas happens to be in Dearborn, Michigan. He jumped 10 state lines. He jumped 10 toll lines just to get in Dearborn, Michigan and start protesting. I believe one day we should form our own squad. And every time I see this dude, I'm just gonna run up on him and do him something wrong. Him and his flunkies. But I believe it would be some kind. I think it needs to be something done about this because everything that Trump says, it all goes back to Trump now. Everything that Trump says, people believe with a fine tooth. They believe with everything with all their being because they believed it in the heart themselves that they have been doing they've been done dirty. By who? Everybody's relaxing and chilling. I mean, some people, there are those who do get on my nerves, but not to the point where I dragged them out of their home along with the babies butt ass naked in Chicago and Baltimore, LA, all these other places. I'm not gonna this is how white people are. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. And even white people are getting tired of white people. Oh, we're all here, we're all just getting along just fine. We don't need all that drama. Listen, your crop, I got my crops over here, you got your crops. Where I'm making a fortune, you're making a fortune. Why all this ruckus? And then this guy just you just need to just get the F out of our country. We don't want you here. There used to be 30% black, or excuse me, 30% whites. You don't build nothing. And he goes on and on. You don't build nothing. You don't make nothing. But yet you come over here and have babies. Then he started pointing to the I think to the judges or the people up there and caught a couple of people who weren't white. It's like, I don't want you here. I don't want you here. And just starts making a ruckus. Now, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if somebody were to F him up on the spot. Wouldn't be shocked at all. Would not be shocked at all. Let me see if I can look at my. No, actually, let me go here let me go to my. First and foremost, how's everybody been doing? Where are my manners? How's everybody been doing? Y'all had a long week. How was y'all week? How was y'all week? My week was ugh. So his name is Jake Lane. Jake Edward Lane. Jake Edward Lane. I want everybody to look this dude up. Jake Edward Lane. Dude is just retarded with it.
President Trump, send ICE. Send ICE for white Americans. Amen. And we're being driven out. You come here and you marry 4 or 5 women and you outbreed us. You change the laws. You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. Get out of here. This is our country. And the people, the veterans, the World War II veterans, this blood has soaked our constitutional republic, are taking a look around Europe. They're taking a look around America, and they're saying, what the hell did we fight for? We have been taken over without a single shot fired. You guys are outbreeding insidious parasites on the American way of life.
Shut
You will
up,
never
Ty.
look like us. You will never eat like us. You won't build buildings
Obviously.
like us. You are nothing. You can build nothing. Just like President Trump's great American friends have said. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Wait. He had the nerve to yell out Jesus. Talk about, he said Jesus was here?
Jesus is king. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus is king. Well, that's the one part he got right. That's the one part he got right. The rest of it, yeah, we got a problem there, sir. He ain't had no sex in his stupid life. Obviously. I treat him, you know what, Tanya, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And let me tell you why you're wrong. He's had sex with his partners. You know why? Because I treat him just like I treat everybody else who does the same thing. And he is portraying a specific, um, he's portraying a specific, I don't want to call him nationality, but he's portraying Rome. He's betraying Rome. Everybody read the book of Romans. Everybody read the book of Romans and you'll know what I'm talking about. He is betraying Rome. Because believe it or not, Romans despise women. Romans despise women because they believe that women would weaken their forces. He said, what is he, Julius Caesar? He just might be Julius Caesar. Just might. He just might be Julius Caesar. Because even Julius Caesar hated women, believe it or not. But like I said, everything, and I'm going to get back to Pharrell and Nicki in a minute. Everything that Trump says, people believe. People truly, truly, truly believe in their heart of hearts that they are losing, they were losing this country. Marvin, it's not the fact that you were losing the country. Let's keep it a thou wow. It was the fact that you had slaves. You had slaves and you were living a good life and you would have just slave servants cooking your meals, dressing you up, giving you forcing our ancestors to give you sex whenever you wanted it, force our children and our future, well, I was like our generational children to forcefully to have sex with you. It wasn't just the women and it wasn't just the men. It was the children that I don't even want to say the R word. And when it was time, you separated us. You separated our families. And this is the reason why I have trouble, well, not have trouble, but I have found some of my kin. I have found in years and years and years past, I have found kin into certain people who I didn't even think that were my kin. Now we are united. All because of the bullshit that was portrayed then. And people say there is no racism. You are out of your damn mind. But this is what Trump wants to do. He wants to erase history. He wants to erase. Well, it's not just him alone. I can't credit just Donald Trump alone. But him and the elitists want to erase his black history from existence, period. Because I want you, listen, I'm going to play this one more time. I want you to get the full, I want you to listen closely and pay attention to the venom, the ignorance, not just the ignorance, but the venom and what it does that just spreads across this nation, because this idiotic fool goes up there with a bulletproof vest, by the way, with a bulletproof vest, because he feels like he's being nobody wants you. And yes, I did say he was the next Charlie Kirk. I did say that. I did say that. I mean, I couldn't put him in the same. I could put him in the same breath as Richard Spencer. I could do that. For those who don't know who Richard Spencer is, I suggest you look him up. Um, but this is who Nicki Minaj and Pharrell cater to. Oh yeah, and Kanye West too. Kanye West does the absolute same thing. Celebrities just need to shut up. People just think just because they have money, all of a sudden, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to be so proud with my $1 million dress on, and I'm going to stand there and I'm going to fight for a rapist, a narcissist, a liar, a cheat, um, a felon, a 34 count felon. I don't care. I just like what he done to. I just like what he done for our democracy. He ain't do shit. Excuse my French. He ain't do nothing. He has done nothing. He has done nothing and will do nothing for you. Now, again, just to get this out your heads, we're not getting another stimulus package. So please, just get that out your minds. Get it out your minds. Now, I want to play a real crazy clip real quick from Jasmine Crockett while I'm looking this stuff up. Now, she was on the Political Voices network and the Stephanie Miller show, talking about this, and because these alt-right people, including Megan Kelly's stupid ass, and I think it was Sean Hannity. How did I not guess it was Sean Hannity talking shit about Jasmine Crockett and how she got her feet kissed?
Oh, okay. Eat at the Prop 50. Yeah. Okay. The has fallen asleep in public and talked about. Well, I think it was. I didn't. Don't change the subject and deflect. When did you really notice it? Well, I think it was through all of the times that Donald Trump has fallen asleep in public and talked about, magnets getting wet. Nobody knows what magnets are. The last few, gosh. My mom had dementia, so I recognize it. This is not, it's a very good deflection. You're a professional. You know what else is great about Biden's decline is that Trump is all over the Epstein files, and I'm wondering if they're going to release those. Are you covering that tonight?
Not really, because the woman that apparently they're talking about is the one that said he was a gentleman and never did anything wrong. And the person that had a grudge was the guy that got thrown out of Mar-a-Lago 25 years ago. And by the way, when you get thrown out of a club in Palm Beach, Florida, that's kind of a big deal. And it's very humiliating and embarrassing. And he was a convicted pedophile. So I'm not exactly putting a lot of gospel truth in what he said.
Trump was mad that he was stealing his girls, but
And may every day be another wonderful secret.
You know, what I enjoyed the most about it was that you literally took that moment and you flipped it on their heads.
She looks better without makeup. She does. She really does. Let me stay on track.
He became the real star. And I think that that is one of the things that we need to learn about the time that we're living in. Instead of looking at something where they try to make it negative, you flip it on their heads and you use it to actually platform the things that we should be fighting for. I mean, I think that most people came to know me because of what Marjorie tried to do with me in committee. And she thought that this was going to be her moment to bully me. And instead, I flipped it on her head. And the biggest story out of that was how I responded versus what she did to me. So kudos to you for the poise and for staying on message and not being distracted and making sure that that audience, their audience, instead of kind of playing into this and being like, well, I don't know, and no, maybe it was wrong, and all this other kind of stuff. You're just like, go get a fucking life.
Oh, I can't do that. We're on terrestrial radio. Wow.
Okay. That's okay. We got it.
And then, like, you know what? You're like, oh, yeah, you want to talk?
Go immediately. Go immediately to change.org. Go to change.org. Go to change.org right now. Go and sign my petition to get this woman to you. Fuck it. She need to be president. She need to be the president. If Trump can do it, so can she. If Trump can do it, so can she. She would be so exciting. She would be so exciting. I just don't know why. I don't know why. You just look at her. You just look at her. You damn right. She is thick as fuck. But excuse my French again. She is thick. But let me stay on task. Shit.
About Joe Biden. So yeah, Trump and his delusion. Like you just have been fantastic. I've just been eating it all up.
Oh, you're so sweet. I gotta say though, Rep. I said on Fox News, I said, this was a joke, funny picture, because like millions of Democrats, Justin Crockett is my hero. She inspires so many of us with her courage, her humor. And I said, I've never gotten so many N-words in my email, in my social media. And every time they say, oh, you keep calling us racist, they prove our point. Right? I'm like,
I mean, think about the fact that you are not a Black person.
Yeah.
And think about all the hate that came your way.
Yeah.
Now imagine what it's like to be me.
I thought of that. I'm like, I can't even imagine what you endure. And you're just so brave. You're just inspiring so many of us. And I have to fulfill my duty now. I've known Sean Hannity for 30 years. He's texting me, trying to use me to get you on his stupid show. Will you go on? I told him I will ask you.
No.
She said, he said, I think she's really funny. And I said, of course. I said, I think it would be great TV because you would kick his ass. But all right, now.
Why the hell would Jasmine come on to Sean Hannity's show? The most all the way right person. Now, Khalil Muhammad, when he did it with swag. I'm not saying that she wouldn't do it with swag. I'm not saying that. She'll probably wipe the floor with him or something, but You know how certain men like to overpower women by just shouting over them and all that other shit. But when Dr. Khalil Muhammad made that brother rest in power, made the made the spirit, made his spirit tremble over me because I need his motivation. I need his fire. But when he went over there, but nobody wants to come to Fox. No one wants to come. She's already being disrespected over there. She's already being disrespected on Fox. I mean, it wouldn't be no different. It would not be no different. Let me continue.
I fulfilled my duty. I'm like, Sean, I will ask her. Come on your dumb show.
I'll tell you my philosophy on this. And at one point in time, I was willing to take one for the team, meaning take it for the caucus.
Yeah.
Because I can handle any scenario that I walk into. But when I walk into that space, specifically Fox News, again, when you start to talk about the hate and the racism, it's on 1,000 as it relates to like their audience, number one. Number two, while it is that I can spar in any type of scenario, like I can hold my own, I was paid to do this. I think that they forget that as they say things like, oh, we can't wait till she loses her district and has to go work at McDonald's. I got news for you, broke ass MAGA. Oh, I keep messing up.
No, you can say that.
No, that's fine.
The thing is, like, yes, most of you may, or many of you may be struggling and suffering or whatever, but like I made more money before I came to Congress. So I don't know why you guys believe that all of a sudden I will be flipping burgers. I was paid to argue. Like that was my job. I was paid to defend sometimes very difficult positions. There's a reason that I was one of the very few people that was chosen to be in the spin room, not only for Joe Biden, but also as it relates to the vice presidential debate as well. So, like, I know how to do this, but I don't like the idea of being in a dogfight. I don't like the idea of going in and fighting for somebody's entertainment. Yeah. What I do is I will fight if I need to. I will defend myself. I will defend my positions. But I don't like this whole idea of, oh, we're about to like put you into the ring and this is just so people can have entertainment.
Jasmine, ever since that whole thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene, people have been picking on her. And it is to be expected, but not at this magnitude. I mean, of course, people have attacked her online. It's to be expected. She made a mistake, or I don't think it was a mistake, because anything with Epstein in it deserves to be looked at and studied and be sent to the pits of hell possible. But anything Epstein, because I guess she mentioned the wrong Epstein, and people go, she mentioned, I got her. The woman this woman here that kissed her feet, I got her. That's better. What's that on her head? Got some gay ass boy saying, what's that on her head? What's the hotel? I haven't seen you in hey, Amma. Hotel. It's magnifying, but that's one thing. But hey, happy Sunday, everyone, happy Sunday. Oh, she gets what she gets. Oh, okay, cool. So let me send some death threats your way. Because I know a couple of brothers who would definitely send death threats your way. Is that what you want? It ain't gonna be cool. It ain't gonna be cool when it reverses on you. Yeah, you a stupid bitch for that. And let me tell you why you a stupid bitch. You mean to tell anybody, no one, no one, I don't care who it is, deserves death threats the way she's getting death threats. She already had one individual come to where she was at, throw up some Nazi gang sign, and then split off. It usually goes gang sign, warning, shoot them up, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? I'm talking, listen to me. I'm talking about specifically how she was being threatened. She's being threatened every day, but it already had came out. It already had came out that day, which I already played. I think I played a short or I played a clip of it before. I think he's gonna have to look at it. Where this woman was being totally fucking threatened. I don't give a fuck about these white. I don't give a fuck about white people. I don't give a fuck about these. I don't give a fuck about white folks and what they say. Because as soon as they talk about it's a free country, this, it's a free country that, but as soon as we start growing and continue to grow, and it's not just us, by the way, it's other ethnicities who are coming into the country, immigrants, whatever you want to call them, and they basically shine over y'all, supposedly, or whatever. The circle is getting too small, is what you proclaim. I'm not letting them. I'm not letting them distract me, sweetheart. Please. How does it go? I buildeth the table in the presence of my enemies. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no white man or no white woman. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, my steel, comfort me. I build the table in the presence of my enemies. See, it's no fun. It's no fun when the rabbit got the gun. It's no fun where you tell another person just because he or she is another color that they don't have a right to be here, or they don't have a right to say certain things to uplift their people. Now there are certain conservatives and knuckleheads that really just and celebrities who just basically just need to shut up. All right, gee, shut up. Because if it was you, you would have been dragged out the country just like these immigrants would. You were being dragged out too. So I don't even want to hear your nonsense. But yeah, Jasmine doesn't. She speaks so ghetto. She speaks so ghetto, and all this other dumb shit. Like, shut your jazz up. But you have no problems looking at her Instagram. You have no problems going to her TikTok videos and looking at her ass for 5 minutes. You have no problems doing that. You have no problems trying to put this woman to shame, all because she doesn't speak with the most intelligent and cotton wigs and all this other stuff, and snorting the cocaine and just and the Constitution and the biz. You made an AI. Somebody made some stupid ass AI the other day. Her image, her likeness, and everything. I'm thinking, oh, Jasmine Crockett came out with another. Wait a minute. The mouth, face, when it moves up and down like that, and she don't have no emotion, no whatsoever, it's AI. So an AI video came out, not just simply ignored it. What up, Vaughn? Hope everything is all blessed and well and fruitful for you. I hope everything's all blessed and fruitful for you, my friend. I can't stand Vaughn. Vaughn gets on my damn nerves, but I love him. That's my brother. I love him, even though he gets on my damn nerves. But anyway,
Yeah.
I don't do that.
So I was in the chair. I was in the chair before I went on, and right before me was Mike Johnson, then Stephen Miller, and then Cash Patel. And that they don't have to send us to El Salvador. That is like a liberal gulag. I had to sit in the chair, listen to their lies. So I have a little taste of what you go through every day. Where,
Yeah.
by the way, I love that I'm not the first show that you've dropped an S-bomb on. You were on with Jake Tapper. And you said Mike Johnson is full of. Jake Tapper told you he could. It's basic cable.
I know. I was trying not to, and he was egging me on because my initial response was because I had not seen the clip that he played for me.
Yeah.
So it was, that was one of those moments where I really should have been in private, like going off in one of like our congressional group chats. Like, did you see this blank blank and this and I would have been going off, right? And so he caught.
okay, so basically she was. Okay, well, then send it to me. You got my email, brother. You got my email. So basically, she was at another one of these things, whatever you call it. I can't even think straight because I'm doing 3 12-hour shifts. Is kind of hard for you to think like way ahead. But once I get to going, then thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much for the gift. I miss Emma too. I miss Emma too. But let me get to the nitty gritty and all this. Nikki. I knew a little girl named Nikki. Philly Phil. I want everybody to go to Philly Phil and support this fine young woman. She has done a fabulous job whooping certain people ass. I ain't gonna say it on this live because this is a whole different live. If you know what I mean, girl. But I want everybody to support Philly Phil. I hope Philly Phil has a wonderful turkey giving. I knew a little girl named Nikki. I guess you can say she wasn't 6 feet, which she wasn't. I met her in a hotel line, masturbating in a magazine. She said, how'd you like to waste some time? And I could not say what's on the naked ground. It's down here somewhere. Forgive me, I'm looking. She took me to her castle and I just couldn't believe my eyes. Where did I put it? She had so many. Oh, here it is. Here it is. After that intermission, well, let's first do this. Did anybody hear Miss Nikki babbling and babbling? Did you hear Nicki Minaj babbling the other day? I'm sure you did, but just in case you didn't, I'll just play it again.
Thank you, Ambassador Waltz, for this invitation. It is an honor to stand on this stage with you and the other distinguished speakers here today to shine a spotlight on the deadly threat faced by thousands of Christians in Nigeria. I would like to thank President Trump for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. I stand here as a proud New Yorker with a deep sense of gratitude that we live in a country where we can freely and safely worship God regardless of one's creed, background, or politics. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion, like I recently stated on social media. And we don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. We're way beyond thinking or expecting or assuming for, the person sitting next to you to have the exact same beliefs. We're beyond that. That's ridiculous. But
Anybody hear that? Please tell me you heard that. Because I don't have the mic on mute. Anybody hear that? So with no further detail of no further information about what's going on, somebody's going to tell you, oh, they're fucking with them. They're fucking with the Christians in Nigeria. What? They're fucking with the Christians in Nigeria. Okay, what else? How? I don't know what this is fucking with the Christians in Nigeria. So no further information. She's just gonna stand there and read off of her pieces of paper of what they've written to her, by the way, and just gonna stand there and spew this nonsense. And again, mind you, that Nigerian has a mixture of Christians and Muslims. Now, yet they do fight. They do fight amongst themselves. Amongst themselves. But what does all this have to do with you? Number one, Donald Trump is not a Christian. Believe in forgiveness. And what is Jesus about? What is Jesus about? Forgiveness. Oh shoot, my aunt left me a Facebook message. So what is Jesus about? Forgiveness. Understanding. Knowledge. He provides you with any of that. But yet he calls himself a Christian? Now, the backlash. And did you hear that she lost over 100,000 subscribers, which ain't shit, but she is losing. She is losing people. She is losing supporters. Now, I don't know about them other Barb support. I don't even want to get into the whole Barb shit, but I just believe they're ridiculous too. But the backlash of what she has gotten ever since.
I want to talk about Nicki Minaj. And I was going to hold off on this because I wanted to have somebody from Nigeria or who knows Nigerian politics come on the show. Mm-hmm. But the person that I was going to book, they weren't available anytime soon. So Nicki Minaj spoke at the UN about the Trump administration claiming that Nigerians are being slaughtered. I'm sorry, Christians are being slaughtered in Nigeria. And so the Anaconda rapper, who has a Trinidadian background, spoke at the UN. Listen to a brief clip of
Background watercolor. That's ridiculous.
And I was talking about how all of these black celebrities were supporting Richard Nixon, Sammy Davis Jr., Jim Brown, and also James Brown. And James Brown was famously protested at the Apollo with signs saying James Brown, Nixon's clown. Here's a part from my book.
This is what I would say about James Brown. I grew up around James Brown. My dad grew up around James Brown. My granddad grew up around James Brown. Would I give James Brown a pass? No, but I understood and I understand further investigating how and what he did. He was basically trying to tell even the people in his entourage how to be their own person, how to be their own entrepreneurs, but how he did it in a way that I wouldn't even do it. The whole yes sir, no sir, the yes sir, no sir, it's just arrogance. He had arrogance. Other than swag, he could sing, he could dance, he could entertain. Hardest man in show business. People wouldn't have hit records without him. But then again, he wouldn't have hit records without Little Richard, which Little Richard was entertainment. Little Richard, may he rest in power, was entertainment. James Brown was and still is entertainment. You know what I mean? So he did what other people tried to emulate, and he ended up hooking up with a guy. He ended up putting Bootsy on. Bootsy Collins. He ended up putting a whole bunch of people on. There was that whole thing with Michael Jackson and Prince, putting them both on stage together. I mean, he did it all, man. But I understand what he was trying to do, but at the same time, you caping for, all these white people who have done black people wrong. I'm not saying all of them, but some, and of course he didn't know. He didn't know, but then again, these are the things that blind you to the world. These are the things that blind you once you get money. Once you get money and once you get status, once you trying to get up and out of your situation. Because again, if you have not seen the James Brown story with Chadwick Boseman, I encourage you to go see it. It's called Get On Up. Now, there are certain things that have been cut out due to Jewish tendencies, because Israel owns everything, owns the movies, owns industries around the world. They own everything. So certain things you can't put out there. But they had no problems putting a brother in jail. They had no problems doing that. They had no problems setting a brother on fire in the movies. They had no problem doing that. They had no problems having niggas get shot in the ass. They had no problems doing that. Right? But like I said, if you look at the James Brown story, if you look at it originally without the Chadwick Boseman Get On Up, it sends a clearer picture. right? But would I do what James Brown did? Probably not. But this is what got him famous. This is what got him entertaining not just black people, but white people as well. So, but then behind closed doors, he has supported black people. He has supported black people off and on camera, off and behind the scenes. But some things just go in vain. But let me continue.
Members of the CBC blamed Nixon, not the black celebrities, for blatant exploitation of the politically naive. That's in quotes. Just weeks before the 1972 presidential election, Representative Louis Stokes of Ohio said either the black entertainers know about this record and don't care, or they are uninformed. In either case, they have turned their backs on their own people, and they deserve the strongest condemnation from black Americans. Julian Bond, a Georgia state representative at the time, had a more biting critique of Nixon's black supporters. Although he didn't say names, he called them political prostitutes. Decades later, there would be a new crop of celebrities, naively involving themselves in politics, willingly becoming tools for misinformation, all under the cheap veil that they cared about black communities. In the end, they appeared to only care about themselves and their wallets. So let me just say this. Trump appears to really be selling a dangerous lie here, that Nigerians are getting, like Christians are getting slaughtered in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Folks in Nigeria have spoken out saying that Boko Haram are slaughtering Christians and Muslims. Right. It's not just Christians. And it appears this Christian genocide narrative is not backed by facts. But in my opinion, Trump wanting to find a reason to invade Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Nigeria has real issues with Boko Haram and other extremist groups. Absolutely. And there's some data that says the majority of the victims happen to be Muslim, right? So independent groups, they're monitoring the violence. And
so I misspoke. I'm going to correct myself right now, and I misspoke. So it's not Muslims and Christians fighting with each other. It's Muslims and Christians getting bombarded by this madman or whoever. So, like I said, I didn't watch it in full mass because, like I said, I was so busy. But I already knew what he was. But the truth of the matter is that they are a very rich nation. That's the truth. And he wants the money out of there. But haven't you noticed he's been going off on other countries as of late? I mean, just going off. But at the same time, when it comes to Israel, you want peace in Israel. He's dangerous and he needs to go. Trump is dangerous and he needs to be impeached. He just needs to just be quiet. Because there are white, believe it or not, there are white folks that are getting tired of him too. Believe it or not. And I don't understand all these maggots that are just they're just completely brainwashed. It's one of it's like the cult following is enormously it's just off the charts. It's not even funny. I would just imagine being in Washington, or I can just imagine being in the LA or in New York and happen to be around people and having a Muslim flag on me or something. All right, but it's like, yeah, thank you. It's just like, dude, I would tell Trump to his face, you've been had. I mean, I know you're supposed to be some type of businessman, which, quite frankly, you're not. But dude, you don't know what these people are doing to you. They've given you a little bit of money. They're having have you take a little bit of this and take a little bit of that, but you know this money does not belong to you. It belongs to them. These don't care about this country. They don't give a shit about you, me, or anyone. They don't care if we live or die. Why do you think, not gas prices, I was going to say gas prices. Why do you think insurance is up? Most insurances are up. They don't care if the elderly live or die. They don't care. I can't say it any more plain than that. They don't care because they got what they want, because they're getting what they want out of this man who is the face of the United States of America. They put a celebrity as the face. They put a realtor as the face, not a senator, not a legislator, a celebrity. Wasn't Ronald Reagan an actor? Who pretended to be something that he wasn't, but was because they written him a script, all of a sudden he became the face. He became the face of America, the face of the United States. Do you know what that means? That means just as long as you do what we ask you to do, everything will be fine. And we'll pay you rags to riches. We'll, as long as you don't mention our names, as long as you don't, which he's spilling beans, by the way. Oh, just because he released the Epstein files doesn't mean he was putting the names. Don't get me, Bart, don't get me started on, by the way, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't get, hit the, hit the Cash App, hit the, what, let me not say that. If you feel like donating, you feel like donating. I don't know, some of you people are out there, really struggle trying to get it in, but you know, a dollar, a dollar, I'll I'll take. I'm not. I don't ask for very much. I don't ask for very much at all. But support the channel. I know it's hard finding turkeys. I mean, you're scrambling around trying to find turkeys, trying to feed your families. I had my barber who did my hair. She fed me a turkey. I was like, oh. But anyway, don't let me get started on this. Oh, this is why don't get me started on that. A person from Astoria, not Australia, but Astoria, somewhere in Russia. I think that's in Russia. I don't know. He was not supposed to be governor of California. But they made him governor of California because he made lots of movies and he made Terminator and he made the Swaggernator and he made the Complimator. And he made Total Recall. He made Commando. Or Commando, excuse me. He made Commando. And later on made Kindergarten Cop and Twins and thought he was freaking funny, even though he is not funny. He's strong as he was. He was Mr. Olympian. Who cares? But a man not from now I could take Jesse the Body Ventura, the governor of Minnesota, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, a man who was not born and raised in this country, come on. Come on. America's a joke. He is from it's near Germany, I think. I don't give a damn where I don't give a damn if he's near the toilet. Now, beg to differ, I watched almost every Terminator movie. I watched every movie of his. Almost every movie. I watched every Conan the Barbarian movie back in the days when I was younger. They all were sweet, but after watching them so many times on the movie, he's fucking boring. He is fucking boring and he has no idea what he is talking about. Now, Jesse the Body Ventura, ex-wrestler, coming mayor of or governor, was it mayor or governor of Minnesota? I forgot which one of the two. Now, being in an office for so many years, yeah. Why would they just put Rock? Why don't you just put Dwayne? Just give Dwayne the floor now. Just give Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Give him the keys to America. Give him the keys to America, and so we can have sugarless candy bars, and go to the gym and work out, and you smell what the Rock is cooking. All this other type of shit. This is a joke. America's a joke. But they have an issue of putting the first black woman in office and to see what she does for a whole 4 years. That's a threat to them. That's what I said, Minnesota. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
And the Nigerian government has said it's a misrepresentation of reality, and they welcome the help, but they said, don't dictate to us, don't determine our sovereignty, don't undermine, rather, our sovereignty. But Trump doesn't do cooperation. He does colonial cosplay, right?
Yeah.
So I don't believe he's about protecting Christians. I think it's a groundwork for U.S. military intervention in one of the nations that have the highest oil, the most oil. Mm-hmm. It's an oil-rich nation.
Told you.
As for Nicki Minaj, who is speaking out because she believes that whatever misinformation Trump is putting out there, she's Trinidadian. She's not Nigerian.
Right.
And there have been at least 2 Trini men who have been killed by U.S. military strike with the alleged drug smuggling in the Caribbean. 2 of them have been killed. 2 Trinidadian men. One named Chad Joseph. And his family came out. He was 25, 26 years old, who went to Venezuela to work. And he's dead. His great uncle in Reuters called it the perfect murder.
But she don't speak up for anybody Trinidadian. How ironic. But let me get to the meat and potatoes of. I want to get to Homegirl's rant real quick. Which, by the way, you go follow Reese Colbert. Follow Reese Colbert. She's very entertaining.
Do not ever stop to think and say, I am out of my fucking league here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. These people who I call meme formed, who read a tweet, read a meme, watch a fucking 60-second clip, and now they are experts who feel like they are now prepared to address a UN conference room. That's unhinged behavior because it's disinformation. I'm saying this more and more these days, I don't believe you that you are concerned about Christians in Nigeria. I don't believe that you're concerned about anybody. She simply read some tweets or maybe saw some videos, and then now she has appointed herself, I guess, she's supposed to be the savior of Nigeria. Like, girl, be fucking for real here. Nigeria is it's basically.
YouTube purposes, we do not proclaim that song. We're doing this video for educational purposes. We're doing this for educational purposes. Educational purposes.
Split 50-50. I mean, it's 45% Christian, 55% Muslim. The violence that they are referring to in terms of the Trump administration, they're trying to make it seem like this is anti-Christian violence. It's about land. It's about
long history.
It's ethnic and it's land.
Told you.
And as their Boko Haram has done horrific things there. But let me tell you what's not helping defeat Boko Haram is the United States retreat from any kind of diplomatic efforts in kind of humanitarian aid. USAID was dismantled by Trump, and that pulled the rug from under millions of people in Nigeria who have relied on the U.S. for healthcare needs, such as combating HIV. There are millions of people who are living with HIV in Nigeria, fighting tuberculosis, for ensuring for educational opportunities. I was reading an article where there's fear that with the education funding that has been stripped from not getting USAID, it's leaving children more susceptible to being recruited by Boko Haram and his extremists. And so to never have spoken out about things like, hey, let's make sure that young girls who are vulnerable to sexual assault have contraception in some of these countries. Hey, let's make sure that people have HIV medication. Hey, let's make sure that children are not dying of hunger. So I've never spoken out about those things when this was a humanitarian issue, to now lend your stupid ass fucking useless voice to a military issue is appalling. It's disgusting, actually. There's no scenario where the United States can nation build Nigeria. If that was the case, then all the shit that we've been doing for years with USAID would have made the difference to where we would see the things that, I don't know, I guess that they're looking to see in Nigeria. So this is about exploitation. This is about trying to pillage this country. And it's about doing what Donald Trump does, which is he manufactures issues and then
Big Stevie 03. Big Stevie 03 at gmail.com. I thought you knew that already.
And he comes up with fake solutions to problems that don't exist that actually make things worse. And so I know that Nicki Minaj has no shame. I know that she lives in an alternate universe where she's righteous and everybody else is against her. She might blame Jay-Z for us talking shit about her. But the reality is you're out of your depth and you don't actually care. And if you did care, then where were you speaking out about all of these impacts on the people of Nigeria? And where were you speaking out about all of the restrictions that this administration has put on people traveling to and from Nigeria? So, and to talk about persecution and this, that, and the other, when this administration has attacked every race and creed of people who are trans,
Black women.
a lot of, when 3 This administration has said that if you are not a white Christian male, then you are not worthy of citizenship, autonomy, and economic participation, and hell, even healthcare in this country. So to lecture Nigeria or anybody in the world about persecution, to lecture anybody about freedom, is real fucking rich.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you go to Rock Nation and thinking you hitting it big. I mean, Lil Wayne put you on, and then, of course, you were on MySpace trying to pose as Little Kim, and then that did it in for you. And then Lil Wayne saw your talent, put you on, if you know what I mean. And later on, Rock Nation gave you a little boost up. I'm like, this the sinister gift that keeps on giving. Now, there's another nut that just needs to just shut up. There's another nut that needs to shut up. I need to hear her voice. Let's see. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Here it is.
By Republicans. It didn't just poof, what happened to DEI? I thought it was just around the corner. No, DEI has been systemically attacked by Republicans for decades. Since it got put in place, they've been attacking it. And they're going beyond DEI and attacking the Civil Rights Act, attacking voting rights. They're attacking citizenship. So it's not DEI just happened. No, what happened to DEI? I thought it was, no, it didn't go away. It was dismantled by Republicans, by this administration, by Ed Bloom and others. So let's be clear about what happened with DEI, okay? That's number one. Number two, this whole idea of, you're inadvertently supporting whatever he says, the system, whatever. I'm very, very deliberate about.
Did anybody tell Pharrell that they gotten or were trying to get rid or haven't gotten rid of it already, the Civil Rights Act? What was it called? Section 2? Once they got rid of Section 2, your right to vote, your life to liberty in this country was dead on arrival, because each and every single state was going to be registered and damped red, all due to 19 seats being taken away. It's bad enough they're doing some type of stupid shit in Texas, right? Adding new maps because some guy in the Supreme Court, I forgot what his name was. I think it's not Mike Johnson or something like. I don't know who he is, but Donald Trump's right-hand man apparently saying that this country is too racist. How? And Texas is one of the, I think, I would say number one of the most biggest states on the map. But it's a diverse group of black and brown people, but yet white people have been done wrong. I know they blocked it. I was gonna say that. They did block the maps, and they blocked the map from being discarded out there. But for the simple fact that they put that out there in the first place, and how the simple fact that certain people are defending this is asinine to me. I even read it from right here, what she stated. A court blocked it in Texas. it backfire on Texas. But of course. But the fact of the matter of it all is these people, and these people who I mean white folks, again, concentrating on the concentrating on the face. The face of it all is who? Trump. The face of it all is Trump. And because they have a face, and that face can do or say whatever the hell he wants to say, whatever the hell he wants to do, that it affects us all. But then again, people say whatever they want to say, even like these conservatives over here. These conservatives can say whatever they want. These black conservatives can say whatever they want about Jasmine Crockett. They can say whatever they want about this country, how they're getting a fair shake, how black people just need to, loosen up, tighten up their boots or some shit. But it's quite interesting that a man got dragged out of his own apartment and beaten to death. Black guy. It's bad enough in another area how a woman got dragged by her hair out of her car and onto the floor and got her ass beat by the cops. It's quite ironic that we have families, babies in Chicago. I should have led with that. There are babies in Chicago, black babies in Chicago. I don't know if they look Nigerian. I don't know if they look African or Jamaican or Haitian or whatever. Sitting there chilling, minding their own business, and ICE comes up and drags them out of their apartment. But you got the nerve to call yourself a conservative. There's a certain person out there, I'm not going to call out his name quite just yet, because he hasn't gotten on my nerves yet. But there's a certain individual who has gotten a little bit of shine just because, and by the way, reaching 10,000 likes, I'm not sneezing at it. I am thankful I'm at 8, but I just want to thank everybody for supporting me, for supporting what I do as a hobby. But these niggas take it too serious. Because we all know that the United States ain't nothing but a bunch of trick bags trying to get over. We all know that the United States ain't nothing but a bunch of trick bags trying to get over and trying to steal back from America as much as they possibly can from the Democratic Party. And I'm not Democratic. I am independent. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am independent. I saw what Democrats have done. Absolutely nothing. And ain't no different from the Republican Party. Ain't no fucking different. You gotta study judges. You gotta study presidents. You gotta study certain legislators. Certain ones. You have to study senators. You have to study these people. What's the difference between him and Jasmine Crockett? Jasmine Crockett's young. She's like a freshman, even though she's a junior congressman. Do you think that Jasmine Crockett does not see the forest from the tree? I absolutely do think she sees far. She's 44 years old. and still doing the damn thing, but I'm not saying she ain't gonna get caught up out there. She may not. But the fact that, this is the fact that she has crossed this line of celebrityism, she's crossed this line, and already being a junior congressman, already gotten death threats, already got people saying some outlandish shit about her, which ain't true. It's quite ironic that people will go after her this bad because she has a mouthpiece. Not only is she's a mouthpiece, she's a fucking lawyer. What about AOC? What about her? It's not only they talk about her too, but Jasmine is the face. Is the face. And I'm not, hear me when I say, people, this is the face of Donald Trump. He can say whatever the fuck he wants to say and can get away with it. Grab a woman by the pussy. I can be a 34 convicted felon freak. I can release the Epstein files, but I can name Bill Clinton and all these other people. I can name them all. And I incriminate myself. So you don't hold yourself accountable. Oh, I'm trying to, he was a bad president. He was a bad president. Look at Joe Biden. Look at Joe Biden's situation. He's a pedophile too. I can't stand these people. But everybody's getting along. Everybody on the maggot side is getting along. They're letting Jake Lane run free. We're doing wrong. We've been done wrong by the left. We don't run this country anymore. The black people, the brown people, the red people, the yellow people, the green people, the purple people. Like, what the fuck? None of these parties are for our people. Of course not. What you think I'm not? You think I'm not naive to the shit? Have you been paying attention to anything that I've said? Have you paying attention to anything that I stated? I am not right. I am not left. I'm right here. And I specifically, now mind you, I specifically would like to know when or whoever is going to be in the Oval Office in the next 3 years, what are they going to do for us? And that's specifically nothing unless we raise not just our voices, but we raise our hands and say, we ain't going to even buy anything from from restaurants, and we're not going to go to Walmart. But that's quite hard to do. That is very difficult to do without some person, no matter if he's from this country or from some other country, coming up in here, like Marcus Garvey, coming up in here and building his industry all the way up to the top with your money, my money, and supporting one another. But here's the problem that we have with black people. We're too goddamn separated. We got FBA fighting with Islamic people. We got FBA fighting with Nigerians. We got FBA fighting with Jamaicans. We got FBA fighting with Haitians. We got FBA fighting with everybody. Africans. That's the problem. That is the fucking problem. You're causing more harm than good. That's what you're doing. You're causing more harm than fucking good. You know, this is the reason why we're only 13% of the fucking population. But if you get rid of the Nigerians, you get rid of the people who are into which is only what 2-3%, then you have nothing, and they're not going to listen to your stupid ass. They are not going to listen to you. Tell me what administrator, what governor, what president is going to listen to an FBA? You got demands? You got a checklist of demands? You got any checklist of demands this high? What are they going to do for you? Just like Adolf's, absolutely nothing, because you have no power. You have no staying power whatsoever. I don't give a damn what anyone says. You have no power. And you got some foolish boy out there going around saying we have power from this sector and that's the okay. Where's our okay? So where's our equity? Where's our equity? Where's the stable? Where's the equity to build up these industries, to build up there's one upon a time that we did have like 1,000 radio stations. 1,000 radio stations who were black owned. Did you know we had our own bus line? Did you know we had our own airport? Where has all that gone? We had all these particular inventions, and mind you, we had inventions. We were real rich and wealthy back then, but due to racism, each and every single person who has built or fought and bled to build any type of wealth. And I want you to go to a young man. I'm gonna try to find. If I can't find it in the next 5 minutes, I'll probably do another live, possibly tonight or tomorrow, and I'm gonna send you this brother's link. And I want you to follow this particular brother. And this is where the young cats come in, right? This is where I'm 45 years old, but this cat, he's like in his late 20s. He knows everything in his history that he needs to know. Plus, I believe he's an entrepreneur. And he does not stand he does not stand white folks for the lies and their deceit. And I want you to follow these particular young brothers. I want you to follow these particular young cats online. I think his name is the Diaspora or something. I think his name is the Diaspora. I have to give you the whole entire name. But I want when I find it, and if I don't find it within the next 4 minutes, I'll send you whatever I send you. I'll probably do another live, like I said, tonight or tomorrow, depending. But I know people are struggling to find turkeys and shit, trying to, because it's Turkey Day, I guess. And I don't even celebrate these pagan holidays. So I think, let me slide this over. I think, isn't Thanksgiving on the 30th or something? I don't even celebrate pagan holidays. I think it's on the 30th. I'm not sure. But anyway.
My support for humanity, my support for food security, for housing security, for combating climate change, for my autonomy as a Black woman in this country, for my daughter's autonomy. I'm very, very deliberate about the fact that healthcare is a right and it should not be subject to who can afford the best treatment. So I'm not in any way inadvertent about my support. Now, maybe you could make the argument that people who don't fucking vote or inadvertently supporting this shit But I would argue that they aren't inadvertently doing, they are consciously abdicating their role in ensuring that we live in a just society. So I don't want to hear anything about being inadvertent about it. I'm deliberate. And trust and fucking believe, Republicans are very deliberate about what they're supporting too. They're deliberate about disenfranchising people, about having people go hungry. Donald Trump made the choice over court rulings, to defy court rulings, to not let people get their SNAP benefits. It wasn't a fiscal choice. It was a deliberate, cruel choice. So there's nothing inadvertent about the choices that we're making in the system. It's just that some of us have the balls to stand in it. And those who don't want to pick a side, the side being people of conscience, and the other side being people who want nothing but the worst for everybody but themselves, those are the two sides. Forget, like you always say, Clay, forget the D and the R. Those are the two sides.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that the D side is perfect. There are a lot of fucked up people on the D side, and I don't have a problem dragging them too. But that side, policy-wise, is on the side, for the most part, of the things that I align with. And so I have to be deliberate about that. I don't have the option of being inadvertent. Oh, how did I land over here? No, I don't have that option. I don't have that fucking luxury. I don't buy the idea that he doesn't believe in politics, because when his cousin was killed by the Virginia Beach Police Department, he was very outspoken. That's political. When you talk about the FBI should be involved, when you talk the need for transparency and body cams and all these things, when you moved your festival, that was a massive income generator, revenue generator for the city out of Virginia Beach because of your cousin's killing, that was political. That wasn't divisive. Being political is not being divisive. It's called taking a fucking stand. Some people stand for the worst. Some people stand for the best. Some people stand for the best that I can get. But don't patronize us and say that you're above politics when you're not. You used your very considerable economic leverage, and you put your money, to his credit, put his money where his mouth was. He took his festival out of that city. He said, "You're not going to do this to my cousin and get away with it, and think that I'm just going to bring my business to this city." Fuck no. I ain't got a problem with that. But then you turn around and years later say you don't do politics. What people say when they do that is they're saying they don't affect me. And I think he does great work with the Black ambition thing. That's years long, and it has been very deliberate about Black entrepreneurship specifically. So yeah, black. So it's very strange to be on the stage of your organization that does amazing work for Black entrepreneurship, and then pair right-wing talking points, anti-DEI talking points, white supremacist talking points, that somehow we are only getting things because we're Black. Guess what? I would fucking welcome the day when we get something because we're Black. I would, because you know what we get because we're Black? Black maternal mortality is 3 times that of white people. Higher asthma rates, higher every fucking thing negative. We get that just because we're Black.
Lower wages, even with a college degree.
Hello? We get disproportionate incarceration. We don't use drugs at a higher rate, but we go to jail at higher rates. We get stopped over more by the police. We don't speed at a higher rate. So we get
wrongful convictions. 7 times more wrongful convictions, according to deathpenalty.org. I cover it every Wednesday.
So if we can get all this fucked up shit because we're Black, then why the fuck can't we get some good things as Black? Yeah, give me the job because I'm Black. That's right. I don't know shit. I ain't got none of the fucking qualifications, but just bring my Black ass in there and pay me top dollar because I'm Black. That's never fucking happened in the face of this goddamn earth. Unless maybe you're a rich Black person and they want to attach your Black ass name to something and they say, well, this motherfucker don't have the credentials, but let's just go on ahead and bring him in. I don't want to hear that shit about, oh, don't you want something? Just not more because you're Black. No, I want everything because I'm Black. Please. If there are white people out there looking to give Black people shit just because they're Black, that's positive money, jobs, opportunities, housing. Sign me the fuck up. Risa Colbert, find me on social media. RisaColbert.com, bitch, because I want it all. I'm not turned down. Well, I think they ought to give it to me because I'm Black. Good. White people think a lot. I'm not gonna say all. A lot of white people think they should get shit just because they're fucking white. Look at Pete Hegseth. Every single white person practically in this administration thinks that they deserve something. Not fucking qualified, but their whiteness has convinced them that even though I am historically unqualified to hold this position, give it to me anyway. And then not only am I historically unqualified and unfit, and nobody else would ever fucking be in this position but for having a degenerate and fucking cheat, then they get up in there and they're bumping their gums like they the motherfucking hot shit.
In my opinion, I just think that this world is one big hot pile of gumbo. In other words, you throw any shit in there. It's not the sausage. It's not the chicken. It's not the what's it? Some type of rice that they throw in it. It ain't nothing of that sort. You can throw anything. You can throw shit in there. It ain't gonna make no difference. But the fact of the matter is, it's just this. Along with the administration, along with the Trump administration, it's nothing but a big pile of shit. We're not gonna get the. You're not gonna get the. People need to think in their heads. You're not gonna get the respect that you deserve. And I'm talking to specifically to Black people. You're not gonna get the respect that you deserve. Not from this administration, not from any type of administration, unless you want to do handstands among people. Unless you handstands and you want to do the whole blackface again. It's just, or not blackface, because white people did blackface. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the whole, hey, your mom, this is, hey, you going? All this other shit, and you want to perform white people. That's the only thing that Black people are good for. To them, is a form of entertainment. You can't be a president. You can't be this. You can't be that. Even though we only have one Black president in the whole entire United States, put a black woman in there. Put a Black woman in there. Let's make it a real competition. Who was better, Barack or Jasmine Crockett, or Barack or I don't know, because I know Michelle Obama don't want to run because she wants her hair natural. It's like that's one of the most craziest things I've ever heard. How do you not run for presidency and have your hair natural? That's crazy work. That's crazy work to me. And so I don't know. Isn't that what DUIs hope to do, to give people opportunities that they haven't qualified for? I guess. But it's interesting that you can be underqualified, go and get a degree, get that same job that you got a degree for, and all of a sudden you be overqualified. That's stupid. That's stupid. It was always confusing to me. It was very confusing. But now that I'm heavy into it, now that I'm heavy into it, not like some other bum that wants to be a pimp, act like he's a pimp and start doing rap music and rap videos. I'm not that guy. When I study some shit, I study some shit. I may not get it in the end, but down the line, you're going to hear a whole different lock. You're going to hear a whole brand new We-On-Loc Nation. Now, granted, if Jasmine Crockett comes on to the show on this Humpty Bumpty, which is like 85% chance of her not really doing it, but you never know. I'll take any percent in having homegirl come on the show. And if she does come on the show, definitely hit your subscribership, and hit your membership as well. Now, with that being said, I do want to play this very last little clip of my homegirl, Jasmine Crockett, which, by the way, I need for you to go to change.org. Now, really, if you need to go to change.org, I'll put the link in the description in the chat for you to go to change.org/Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senate. Swearing Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senate. Get this out the way. I'm having to do two things at once, you know. Leave me alone. I'm not computer savvy like all you goofs. I'm not computer savvy like Lisa, which Lisa's not here because she's dealing with an issue. We all pray for her. I pray for her every day. Yeah, I got the link. So I'll go here and I will put this in the chat box for you to go to change.org right here in the chat box. Change.org to sign a petition. It's totally free. Totally free. Totally free. Sign the petition swearing Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senate. She has hinted at it and hinted at it and hinted at it. And the chances are of her making a decision by next month is quite high. It is quite high. So there's the petition. And let me go back over here. Mama, speak your truth.
Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia stunned Washington once again this week. She announced that she's going to resign from Congress on January 5th.
I'm going back to the people that I love, to live my life to the fullest as I always have, and I look forward to a new path ahead. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026. And I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future.
Here to discuss is one of Greene's biggest adversaries in Congress, Democratic Representative Jasmine Crockett of Texas. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. I want to start with the shocking announcement from Congresswoman Greene. What went through your mind when you first heard she was going to resign on January 5th?
You know what? Honestly, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You're on the other side of the president for 1 week and you can't take the heat. Imagine what it is to sit in my shoes, to not only be on the opposite side of him, but to have people like her who are constantly fanning the flames of hate. And imagine what those threats look like when you literally are someone like me. But at the end of the day, I know that I serve the people of Texas 30. And so my job isn't to be there and necessarily do whatever is going to make the president not be on my back, but instead is to focus on making sure that I can push forward with policies that are positive for Texas 30.
Here's an excerpt from her resignation video. Take a listen.
Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for.
So she seems to be suggesting that it is their disagreement over the release of the Epstein files that is causing this shocking political breakup.
Hold on. Susie Lee? Are you the Susie Lee from my neck of the woods? Are you Congress Lady Susie Lee? Say give like a one. Give like a 1 or a 2. Give like a 1 if you're the Congresswoman. If you're 2, don't worry about it. I think this is the Congresswoman from Nevada, y'all. Tell me you're the Congresswoman from Nevada. If you are, well, welcome, I guess. Welcome to this little show, I guess. Oh man, I guess it's an honor, I guess. Oh shoot, Susie Lee. Yeah, Susie Lee from the state from the state of Nevada, representing the Congresswoman. Like, damn, the hell is she doing up in here? Anyway, back to this.
What's your response to that?
I mean, listen, he's upset with Thomas Massey, and so he's gone after him. He's upset with Boebert. He's upset with any Republican that actually signed the discharge petition. But somehow they were able to weather the storm. So, this really speaks to the fact that Marjorie, who has been an instigator of a lot of this hate that we see as it relates to the MAGA movement, it's just interesting that I don't know if she really fully understood how bad she was making it for other people. And now that they're doing it to her, I just got to say, well, why is it that everyone else is able to stand and you can't?
The House Oversight Committee, which you were a member of, said Friday night that your committee is expanding its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Do you have any idea what this expanded investigation might include?
I do not at this point in time. I'll say leadership is keeping it under wraps to make sure that we can hopefully not have many more obstacles. If you'll remember, we decided that we were going to put out a subpoena for Ghislaine Maxwell, and the next thing you know, the president's henchman showed up to her cell, and the next thing you know, we didn't have our sit-down talk with her, which I imagine would have gone a little differently if we had. So we're keeping that tight-lipped for now.
The chairman of the Oversight Committee, James Comer of Kentucky, says that Democrats are just trying to use these files to smear the president. Just to be clear, do you or your colleagues have any idea about what's in these files, one way or the other, relating to Trump or not?
Absolutely not. I mean, here's the reality. If we did have that information, I don't know that we would need it necessarily to be released. And we know that the Republicans keep saying, figure out what it is the Democrats have done and make sure that you can pull out the Democratic stuff and make sure you get rid of all the Republican names. Listen, I don't really care who is in the files. At the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. And if you are truly about law and order, then we should be looking for who it is that has broken the law and in what ways. And we need to better understand who potentially in government allowed for a lot of these things to take place, whether we're talking about the fake immigration paperwork that we've heard from a lot of the survivors, whether we're talking about other foreign governments that have participated and who it was that allowed for that, whether we're talking about the sham organizations, the sham modeling agencies that were nothing but a front for trafficking. We need to know whether or not they still exist in some other iteration. This is not only making sure that the survivors get justice, but making sure that there aren't others that are going through a similar system right now.
There was a back and forth this week after you accused former Republican Congressman, now EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, of accepting campaign donations from Jeffrey Epstein. It turned out it wasn't convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It was a Long Island neurosurgeon, Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, different person. You corrected the record. Now the neurosurgeon is telling the New York Post that he is threatening revenge against you. He's going to donate to your campaign, so you have to admit you accepted money from a Jeffrey Epstein, if not the Jeffrey Epstein. What's your response to that?
Listen, if there's anybody else who's alive and decides that they want to donate just so that you'll be on my FEC report, I am here for it. I will take your donation, especially since Jeffrey Epstein is now deceased. I don't think that it will be confusing whatsoever that it was not him, unless he's come back from the dead. So we'll see.
So you are, we're told, weighing a decision on whether to jump into this Texas Senate race, challenging Republican Senator John Cornyn for his seat, although it's unclear that Cornyn will survive a Republican primary. You said you had a meeting this week with pollsters to discuss your chances. Did you have that meeting? And if so, how did it go? Are you still thinking about running?
I am still thinking about running. We did get our polling back. So we are moving on to the next phase to determine whether or not this is would make sense in the moment, and if the infrastructure can be built out in the way that I see it being necessary to actually be able to win, as well as we are continuing to look at the polling on the other side. Listen, they are in a civil war right now on the Republican side as it relates to who will become their nominee. John Cornyn has served the state of Texas for decades at this point in time in some capacity. And right now, I don't know if he's MAGA enough to make it through his primary, but we are evaluating all things and seeing what it would look like to put together a team. And we will make a final decision by Thanksgiving on whether or not we're going to ultimately move forward.
Oh, so it will be Thanksgiving. Which is the 27th? Thanksgiving is going to be on the 23rd. Okay. All right.
The polling information that you got back show. I mean, is it a calculation of whether or not you're going to be facing Cornyn, who might have more appeal to moderates in your state, centrists in your state, as opposed to a more MAGA candidate who potentially defeats Cornyn in the primary that you might, or any Democrat might, have a better chance against?
I'll tell you this, that head to head, we are doing really well against Paxton. I will say that. I will also tell you that we are actually within the margin of error as it relates to John Cornyn. So to be perfectly honest, the only reason that I'm continuing to consider whether or not I do this is because my polling says I can win. That is the bottom line. But at the end of the day, a poll is a poll. And so,
if you want to do me a favor, Barb, because I'm trying to do this on my end as well. If you can take that same poll that I just gave y'all, let me see if I can do it again. If you could take that same poll that I just gave you and give it to and put it in her email, for me, it would be gladly appreciated. Because we need to get these. So far, we're at 242. Was it 242 or 243? Let me check. So we're at 242 right now. Let me get it update. We're at 242. These can absolutely help. Yep, 242. So this can absolutely help. You go to her website, Jasmine Crockett's website, and she has two departments she goes by. She goes by the one in the Washington area, or in the Texas area. Either one, put it in her email up there, and I'll do the same as well. Which somehow it won't let me do it for some strange reason. I don't know why, but go to her website and just, find a way to give it to her. This goes for any and everybody. Find a way to get this petition to her. Get this petition to her people, because she's gonna need it. They're only gonna be 4 days left, and Lisa did warn me that this was going to shift short amount of time. I didn't know. I started off real late, but it's a help. This will definitely help. So I need people to do their part and getting this petition out there to her people, and to let her know that there's some people here that definitely has her back. Definitely has her back indeed. Now, remind you, put you in that seat. You're going to be in the hot seat as well. Don't get it twisted. Now, with that being said, I grant y'all the rest of y'all day, because my family is here, and I got to take a shower, get dressed, and go on to my father-in-law's house so we can get this grub on. You feel me? I want to love all my supporters. I want to thank all my supporters, thank all my haters as well. Barb, you're amazing. You're definitely amazing. And to Emma, you're amazing as well. Vaughn, I don't think I got your email yet. Vaughn, I think I got your email, dude. I got your email. Y'all stay safe out there, stay warm, and be blessed. Be one.